Good morning, everyone. Before we start our next canto today, I just wanted to go over the main points of Canto I. I had a couple emails yesterday about confusion, and I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So, once you get through the italicized part, that's when the story actually starts right here. And Dante just announces that midway through his life, around 35 years old, he awoke to find himself in a dark wood. Now, that's both physical and metaphorical for the sake of the story. He's talking about this dark wood being his exile from Florence. Okay, he found himself in a dark place in life. He just wasn't happy with life in general. So he places himself in this dark wood with minimal sunlight so that he can kind of venture off and find the light, if you will. He describes how awful the wood was, but since it became better for him, he will share the story with us. But on his journey to find this light and become a better person, he runs into these three animals that I asked on your comprehension sheet. First, we have the leopard, who is a symbol for malice and fraud. Um, then the next comes the lion, which is a symbol for violence. And then finally, the most dangerous one of all is the she-wolf. Okay, she represents incontinence or the lack of ability to restrain yourself. And she was the worst of all. She kept coming and coming at him, forcing him deeper and deeper into the dark wood, until eventually he became scared and nervous that he wouldn't ever get out of this wood. So eventually, this presence gathers before him, and he announces to the presence, this is Dante talking on line 65. He says, "Have pity on me, whatever thing you are, whether shade or living man." So, right off the bat, we already have this kind of hint that this might possibly be a ghost. And Virgil's response definitely 100% confirms this. He says, "Not man, though man I once was." So saying I used to be a man, but since then I have passed and I am now a shade or a ghost. And then we're confirmed that it is Virgil because he announces, "My blood was Lombard, both my parents Mantuan, and I was born late sub Julio." And if you look down to the bottom, all of those things reference Virgil. One thing about when people are talking in the Inferno, please, you have to make sure when quotation marks start and stop. Okay, so every time one stops, and if it says somebody else is talking or replying, you know that it's a different person. So Virgil's talking from here all the way to right here. So he goes from, let's say, line 66, 67, all the way until line 76, at which time you have a new quotation mark right here, signifying that Dante is going to be speaking. So Dante then is confirming, "Hey, are you Virgil? You are my idol. I've idolized your writing. I've kind of formed my writing after yours, and I think this is going to be great." Up here, Virgil kind of lets him know you as a human can't really go through this way. The beast will tear you apart. So instead, here we go all the way down here. "For your own good, I think it will be well that you follow me, and I will be your guide and lead you through an eternal place." Obviously, we're talking about hell here. And through this place, you will be able to see all of the ancient spirits in their endless pain and hear their lamentation or their cries. Um, just to kind of help you realize, here are all these sinners and what they've done, and here's the punishment that they are facing. So let's change our life for the better because you don't want to end up where these people are. After that, he explains after hell, you have this place called purgatory, which is kind of making your way up towards heaven. After that, you'll finally reach heaven, where Beatrice will then take over. Dante says, "Okay, I will follow you. Take me to Peter's gate." And Virgil says, "Okay, we are gonna go. So follow me," and we're off.